Oh, is your mic on?
Yep, it is. Hey everyone, how we doing?
Let me see.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Well, after some technical difficulties, an emotional breakdown, Sonny rolling off the couch and onto the floor and hitting his head.
We're live.
We're here. We made it. We're alive. We've wiped the tears.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, so today the topic is using
Struggling.
equity.
Hold on, I want to make sure that you can hear us.
3 ways to use equity.
So today the topic is using equity.
Yep, you can hear.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I'm just going to share this where it needs to go.
So, 3 ways that you can use equity to purchase your next property, whether that be your second or third property.
Wait a second.
And we'll define equity. What is equity? Equity is the difference between what your house can sell for and what you currently owe on the property. Let's use an example. Let's say the house is worth $200,000, but you owe $100,000 on the house. You have a $100,000 equity. Now, if you sell the house, you could use $100,000 worth of your equity to purchase your next one.
I kind of want to go backwards a little bit. This is very important information, okay? If you know nothing about home owning or you know a lot about home owning, like what we're going to talk about today is like super valuable information, and it kind of goes back to like emotionally where people are at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it totally depends whether or not, like, out of the 3 ways to use your equity, would someone actually want to keep their first house? That's a major deciding factor.
And I think like before you get way too far into it, like if you're confused, you're scared, or you're really hesitant on moving forward when it comes to buying another house, buying your second house, like we're gonna kind of dive into a couple ways to do that, the top 3 ways. But if you're nervous or you're scared or you're have a lot of anxiety thinking about how you can even make this next jump, everyone's situation is different, and it kind of just goes back to diving a little bit deeper into what your exact situation is and seeing if actually one of these 3 top ways could actually be beneficial to you.
Yeah, because a lot of people do kind of get worried. They get a little nervous, anxious about the process of selling their house, especially if they've been there for a while.
And especially like
it's new to them. They haven't done it in a while. Things have changed.
Some people
a
have
lot.
never done it, right? You
Yeah.
bought your first house, like, oh, I've never sold a house before.
Yeah, I've been in
Or
this
I've
bad
never
boy for 37
refinanced.
years.
I've never taken out a second loan and made it make sense. So, sorry, you were talking about what is equity.
Yeah, so equity is just the difference of what we could sell the property for on the market versus what you currently owe on it. So I use an example. Let's say a house is worth $200,000, but you owe $100,000 on it. For easy numbers, you have $100,000 worth of equity. So
So there's
so
your
you
little vocabulary description. So now
the 3 ways that
I'm
you
like
can use that
I'm like
equity.
still so like to be completely honest, I know people are watching right now and this has nothing to do with this. This is not a parenting video or anything. I'm still just like trying to get into the mind zone of talking about this because I'm so blown away by the last like 40 minutes of my life.
Yeah, it's been an incredible roller coaster.
We're going to get into the 3 top ways to leverage your home equity. But I just want to say, and this is not a parenting video, I am not a pro parent. It's just a roller coaster, and everything that you know or anything that you think about being a parent, like what you could think about what it is, especially a new parent, and a business owner and someone who's like trying to make it all happen.
I need some coffee for this.
It's totally a lot, and it's nothing like anything you're gonna think that it is. So, little side note, I'm trying to get into this whole mind frame of the top ways to leverage your home equity. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the number one way is obviously just to unload that bad boy, put that puppy on the market, sell it for $200,000, take your $100,000 and do whatever the heck you want. Likely, if you do buy
So
a
the
house,
first way is to sell and buy.
yeah,
that's
just to sell
first
that bad
way.
boy, unload that thing. You know what I mean? Get rid of it, and have that $100,000 to do whatever the heck you want.
And
For example, if you were to buy another house, say $400,000, you're about to double up, baby. You can get a 5% conventional loan, maybe use 20 or 30K of that 100 and still have 70K to do whatever the heck you want. Maybe you got $10,000 worth of credit card debt. You just want to pay it off. Maybe you got a car payment, $10,000 loan on your car. Pay that bad boy off and invest the rest. Invest the rest. Put it in a money market. Buy a rental house.
I think a lot of people get scared to think about selling their house because they're like, oh my God, there's so much I have to do to sell it.
Yeah, that's
It's
when you call SK and Ren.
And we'll tell you what you
We
need
stop
to do
by
or
and
what
we,
you really
oh my
shouldn't
gosh,
do.
dude, you don't gotta do nothing.
And it's like sometimes it's easier
Put
to
that
say
bad boy on the market.
sold as is. Okay, if you are ready to cash in on your equity of your house by buying and selling, and you are like, I don't want to put another dollar into this house. I've lived here for 20 years. Like I've put a lot into it, and I'm just spent on putting money into it. You can sell your house as is.
And some people, you know, if they've been in their house for a really long time, they're so critical about their own house. They know it
'cause
so well.
You're right, because
We come in there and I'm like, oh my
People won't care about
God,
that.
this
People
is
won't
a
care about that.
diamond in the rough.
people won't care about that. People won't
This
care
is a
about that.
freaking gem.
People are gonna see
gonna
past
love
that.
this thing.
People are gonna like the square footage more than they care about the missing trim around the window in your bedroom.
Yeah.
You know, so like, it's all relative, right? Like, and I tell people too, it's like, do you want to invest $6,000 into this house that you're going to be selling here in the next couple months
To make $7,000.
to make $1,000? I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you like the DIY. Maybe you want to do that. But is it worth your time? Is it worth your investment? I don't know. So
We don't know until we see it.
we don't know until we see it. So that's kind of one of the ways that you can leverage your equity is by selling,
Just
and
unloading
buying.
that bad boy.
Just unloading. That's one
Cashing
way.
in.
That's
We
only
call that
one way.
cashing in, baby.
Cashing in, and that's probably like out of the 3 ways that we're going to talk about today. That's
Probably the most popular.
and the least. I would say the least stress. Not necessarily the
Yeah.
least stressful, but maybe like the least.
Most conventional way. Traditional.
noticed I'm missing an
It's very
earring.
traditional.
I think Sunny ripped an earring out of my ear, and now I'm only wearing one earring.
Now let's
Sorry.
get after the second way. Let's use the same example. You have a house that's worth $200,000. You owe $100 on it, so you have $100,000 in equity. Now let's say you go get a home equity line of credit. A home equity line of credit is a second loan that they give you on your equity. Now some banks might give you up to 90% of your equity as a line of credit. So let's use this example.
We've done this.
Let's give you an example.
The other
So
two options, we've done this. So we are going to tell you because we've done it.
They're gonna give you 90% of 200,000, which is 180. Okay, 90% of 200 is 180.
And if Sean's
Minus
example,
minus what you owe. 100,000 minus 180,000. They will give you a nice big fat chunk of $80,000 to go do whatever you want with it.
but let's talk about this. Let's just stop there really quick. We're talking about the HELOC.
Yeah, and so this is a loan.
I don't even know
Okay,
what we're
so
talking
whenever
about.
you use the loan, you have to pay it back.
So
Say you only use $20,000 of it.
I'm just here to look.
You have to
into it.
pay $20,000 of it back, and they set it. They separate it up over very long time, so the payment might be $200 a month. Okay, But let's say you have $20,000 worth of credit card debt and you're paying $600 a month for that. Why not use the $20,000 from your home equity line of credit that you're only paying $200 for to go pay that off and save that $400 a month? Now, when we help people keep their houses and they use their home equity line of credit, they will take out some equity from that line of credit to purchase their next home. And they will keep their home and rent it out. And most of the time, the rental income that they make from their first house will be enough to make the payments on their line of credit. So in essence, they're having the benefits of owning two assets that go up in value every single year.
It's
Two
all about
assets
it's all
that
about
someone else is
the
paying the mortgage.
the base, the foundation of it is utilizing debt.
In the best way.
How can I utilize my debt to get the things that I want and
Utilizing debt to purchase assets, not liabilities.
And that was
you
another
don't
thing-
want to use that home equity line of credit
I keep getting shut
to
down.
go
I'm-
on a vacation, a 3-month-long vacation in Europe, and use it all up. That would be a terrible investment.
Honey, let me talk. No, thank you for carrying this. Thank you.
Now there is a third way to access that equity. Okay, do we want to get into it?
So glad you're here. Yes, we want to get into it.
So we went over the sale. We went over the home equity line of credit, which is just a second loan on your equity. The third way is to cash out refinance. This would be a brand new loan, not a second loan attached to your first one.
Yeah, so when you have a HELOC, you pay your mortgage, and then you also
pay your
pay
HELOC.
your HELOC. You
It's
pay
two payments.
You have two payments.
Okay? Now the cash out refinance, let's use the same example. You
It's
have
one
a
payment.
house worth $200,000, you owe $100 on it, you can access $100,000. These cash out refinances typically do 80% loan to value. Okay? So now 80% of 200 is 160. You owe 100 on it, so you can pull out the difference between 100 and 160.
Now, if you're anything like
Now
me,
you can pull out 60,000 tax free to do whatever you want with it. Okay? But now instead of your loan amount being for 100,000, it's 160,000. And it may have a new rate. Maybe you had a 4% rate and your refinance now it's 6%. Your payment's going to go up. If you're going to do that, be sure that when you want to rent it out, that you can make those payments from the rent that you can get from your house. You don't want to be in a position where now your loan amount is higher than what you can rent it for. That would be a terrible investment. So instead of maybe you don't need the whole 60 grand. Maybe you just want to increase your loan amount by 30 grand. So you pull out 30 grand instead of 60 grand. Okay, and it comes out tax free. You don't pay any capital gain on this bad boy. Tax free money, baby, to do whatever you want with it. Most of the time, we'll use that equity to go buy another house, baby.
so if you're anything like you, honey, you just nailed that. Like I really didn't even want to like interrupt at any point because you just were
Why
like,
would you? Why would you? You're talking to the pro. I've done it before. I've done it all. I know exactly how it works.
okay, calm down.
But I am not a loan officer. So I can't
We can
give
only
you,
speak on our personal experience of us doing it. And
I can't tell you how to get approved for
kinda
them. I can
coaching
just
other
tell you
people
how
through
they
it.
work.
But if you're anything like me and all of that was just a jumble of words and examples that was a little overwhelming, what we need to do is we need to talk to you specifically on your goal in your current situation.
Yeah, because it's very, very dependent on
It's very custom. It's
very
very
custom on someone's
on
goals.
on what is a good idea for you. If you want to keep your first house and rent it out and buy your next house, that's a custom plan. If you want to sell your house that you live in and buy a next house, that's a custom plan. If you want to cash out, refinance, and have one loan, and how can we utilize that one loan, your equity of your house, to best utilize debt, that's a custom plan. So we are not financial planners. We are real estate agents. We are not lawyers.
And we're not loan officers.
However, we have utilized these three methods ourselves personally with our personal homes, with buying our first house, living there, making a rental, using the equity to buy our second house. We have utilized a HELOC on a property that we've owned to go and buy more property. So we've done this ourselves. But like I said, we would help you make a custom plan and put you in direct contact with the people that can help you make your custom plan a success.
Yes, I love it. Any questions, feel free to send in a comment, a message if you're interested in how this would kind of work for you in your particular situation. Obviously, you know how to get a hold of us, SK and Ren. We're here to help.
And realistically, the only way to really make this happen is to educate yourself and to really, again,
Weigh
recognize,
the pros and cons,
weigh the pros and cons, but recognize that each one of these three ways is going to take time. Sometimes it's a financial investment, and it really takes a lot of effort. So
it takes some planning.
So if you have this spring, buyers are waking up, buyers are coming out ready to level up or ready to utilize their debt this year in 2024. Now is the time to start educating and planning to be able to make these things a reality for you in 2024.
You know what they taught me at prep? The 5 P's.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
And that was at a very young age, and it just
stuck.
keeps going and going and going.
I just love
in
it.
every area of my life.
I love it. So, solution is to get educated, prepare, and ultimately,
Execute.
Execute.
Boom, boom. Strike while the iron is hot.
And it can start. All of this can start by just shooting a DM, reaching out super casually, and
go from there.
And just kind of go from there. Just start the conversation. We love this. We love talking about this. We love helping people create custom plans. And we're really excited that you're here and really happy that you joined in today. And sorry it got started a little bit late.
I would add that I'm very proud of the fact that traditionally most people just sell their home to buy their next one. But with us, we've helped a considerable amount of our clients keep their first house and buy another
because
one.
That's what we're all about.
That's what we do, baby.
That's what we're all about.
We teach people how to invest.
That's what we are all about. It's not about a commission check for us. It's about how can we help young people? How can we help young people build equity, build generational wealth through equity, through owning multiple houses, having $100,000 of equity over here, $100,000 of equity over there, $200,000 of equity over there. We are passionate about helping people
build that equity, baby.
And utilize the equity to buy more assets, to create more equity. We are passionate as hell about that. We've done it. We want to see our friends do it. We want to see everyone around us doing it. We don't want to try and sell your house and help you buy a house. And although if that's the plan, if that's the custom plan that works best for you, then that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. But that's not always the goal with every single person that we meet. So your next step is, if you want to dive deeper into this topic on how to best utilize your home equity, shoot us a DM, shoot us a text if you have our number. If you don't have our number, you really already should.
Google it.
And we'll hope to talk more.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for tuning in.
Any other lessons, just hit me up.
Bye, guys.